Okay guys, so today let's have a look at how you can automate tasks in WordPress with the help of one single plugin called Bit Integrations. And with this solution, you'll be able to link, sync, and integrate over 208 plus different plugins, apps, and platforms to optimize your workflow. So again, this is a very powerful solution that will save you a ton of time for you and your team, and also as a result, a ton of money as well. Okay, so let me show you a couple of examples of how this works. Okay guys, so like we said, we're going to use Bit Integrations for this, and with it you can integrate 200 plus popular platforms without a single line of code. This is actually, by the way, the highest platform connector plugin in WordPress. So let's address the price very quickly here. So as you can see, they start at $29 for one website. Now, if you need more, obviously the price will go up accordingly. And you can also purchase this as a lifetime basis. As you can see, $99 once of payment, and it's yours forever. So now let's dig into it. Okay guys, so once you're logged into your WordPress dashboard, we can now go to Bit Integrations Pro and we can create our first one together. So I'll click on this button here, and the first step is to create our trigger. So basically the initial action. So if something happens, this is what we need to define initially, okay? So as you can see, you can select among all these different plugins here, all these different apps that are readily available. I mean, if you look at it, literally all the most popular plugins, WordPress plugins are here. So you can link literally anything that you want to something else, okay? So let's go ahead with an example here. Okay, so first, let's start with something very popular, which is WooCommerce, obviously, you know. So let's use this as our trigger. And right here, as you can see, you have a drop-down menu. So you can select any of those different actions. So when a customer is created, edited, or deleted, the same with the products, with the orders. And also here, as you can see, when the customer orders a specific product. So this is a very nice one, isn't it? And then you have the same as well for category orders from a specific category. So if someone was to order, for instance, from your suit category, or maybe a specific product, you could then have a specific action attached to this, okay? So let's go ahead maybe with a specific product. So let's click on this one here, okay? And now we need to select the product. So let me show you here in the front end what our website looks like. So again, this is a demo platform, a test website. But let's say you're selling suit, men's suit, okay? So this could be all the suits that you have for sale. So as you can see, some of them are cheap enough. So this one here is $419. So let's go ahead with this one as an example. Okay, Vigo wash flannel blazer. So we go back here and we look for Vigo. So that's the one, okay? So this is maybe our most expensive item, and we want to make sure that we're not going to miss out on that sale. So what do we do next? Well, we click on this button, obviously, you know, and now we need to create and link an action. So maybe you want to record that in a Google Sheet or something like this, okay? So maybe every second day you can go back to your Google Sheet and make sure that those sales were concluded, okay? So let's do that together. So you can look here maybe for Sheet. There you go, and then we have Google Sheets. So click on this, and now from here, from the Google API, we have to enter our client ID and client secret. So you have to create that obviously from your Google Cloud account, okay? So all the steps are nicely documented here. So if you go here on top, how to set up Google Sheet integration, open in a new tab, all the steps are laid out and documented very properly and very nicely, and everything is up to date. So you have no difficulties going through this. As you can see, it's very nicely done, you know? So I've done that already. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to enter my client ID and client secret here. Excellent. And now let's authorize, okay? So let's click on this together. Excellent. So now as you can see, this has been authorized, so we can move to the next step. So let's click on this. And now from here, we have to select a specific spreadsheet. So I've created one here already, and make sure that you have your header in place already. So name, surname, email address, or whatever different columns you want to create, obviously, you know. And then select the spreadsheet using the drop-down menu here. So this one is called Bit Integration WooCommerce, and we need to select the sheet as well. So as you can see here is sheet number 1, as we only have one anyways, you know, sheet 1. And now you can start mapping our different fields. So let's start with this. So here we're going to select the first one, okay? So if we select, for instance, the billing first name, we can link that to our name, and then we can add, okay? So billing surname, so last name, surname, and finally you're going to select the email address, billing email, and this is email address. And that's basically, this is that simple. And you can also use conditional logic. So if you tick this box here, you have all these different features. So this is pretty self-explanatory, you know. If you want to introduce conditional logics, please feel free to use that feature here. So let's move to the next step. And that's basically it. We're done now, okay? So finish and save. And now we have it created. Now let's put this to the test, okay? So let's go to the front end and let's purchase this, okay? So add to cart, view cart, and then proceed to checkout. So I'm going to enter all our details here very quickly. So there you go, perhaps something like this, okay? And I've basically enabled check payment and cash on delivery and bank transfer, so we can go through the checkout process without entering any details. And now let's place the order. Very good, so the order has been confirmed now, so this has been created. And let's go to our Google page and let's have a look. And as you can see, John Doe, hello at MrWebReviews.com has been recorded in our Google Sheet. So how amazing is that, guys? I think this is actually cool, you know. Now let me show you another option. So let's create another one together, okay? So let's go back here. We go to all integrations. So let's create a new one. So let's set our trigger now. So in this case, we're going to use Elementor. With the Elementor Pro version, you can insert a form in your contact page. So we're going to do that together. And then we're going to link that to our email marketing platform, which is OmniSend. Just to show you as an example, now you can use anything you want, you know, ActiveCampaign or MailChimp or any of them basically, you know. So let's set our trigger first. So Elementor. And here we have to select. So as you can see, there is nothing at the moment. So what we're going to do is basically, I'm going to show you how you can create your form inside your contact page. Okay, so we go to pages, all pages. I'm going to open that in a new tab. We have the contact page here. We're going to edit this with Elementor. Now, bear in mind, you can link this to any of the popular contact form builders. So this could be WP Form, or this could be Contact Form 7, or any of them. But in this case, we are going to use the one that's built into Elementor Pro. Okay, so I'm just going to do this one here. So delete, and let's go here and look for form. And as you can see, this is the one that comes with Elementor Pro. So drag and drop. And here you can add all your different elements. So you have name, email, message. So we're just going to keep it like this, okay? And then all we have to do now is click update. And we have our page created, okay? So now we can go back here and now we can select our form. As you can see, new contact form, number 21, select this and then move to the next step. And then we said we're going to link this to OmniSend, okay? So we can start right here, OmniSend, there it is, click on that. And again, we have to link this via API, obviously for security reason. So it's very easy to do with OmniSend. All you have to do is go to your account, you go to your profile here, you go store settings, scroll down the page, API keys, and now you have to create a new API key, okay? So let's call this one Bit Integrations, okay? And then create API. So here we have a button, okay? So create API, and this is your key. So copy the key. Now let's go back here. Let's paste it here, Control V, and then authorize. Very good. So this is done now. So we can move on to the next step. And now right here, we need to select your channels. With OmniSend, you have two different ways, emails or text messages. So let's go with emails, okay? And then what's the email status? Subscribed, unsubscribed, non-subscribed. In our case, we're going to select subscribed, okay? And now we can start mapping our different fields. So as you can see, the first one is grayed out, is email. So we have to select the email from our contact form, obviously, you know, so email. And then we can add the name as well, perhaps, okay? So name, and this will be the first name. That's it. And now we can move on to the next step. So click next, and now we are done basically, okay? So again, as always, we're going to put this to the test. So let's go back to the front end. We go to the contact page, and let's fill this out, okay? So we have John, and then it's john.doe@gmail.com, and test message. So let's send this message now. Very good. So now let's go to OmniSend and see if this was added. So this is our dashboard. Let's go to audience. And right there, as you can see, bingo, we have john.doe@gmail.com, and his channel status email. And now you can reach out to him with your marketing campaigns. Okay, so one last thing, just to show you how flexible this solution is and how comprehensive it is. So let's pretend that we have a WP form trigger. Okay, so let's click on this one. We're going to select the form. So let's move on to the next one. And this is the one I really wanted to show you, is the action, because there is one specific one here that's pretty unique. This one is called custom action. So what does that mean? Well, basically, if you don't have a ready-made integration, you can actually build it yourself and enter any PHP code that you want to create your action, functions, or any of those features. As you can see here, we have a pre-made function that's already entered. As you can see the function, you can enter your function name, $trigger, and then your key right here. And then you can enter your code just underneath here of what will happen. So basically, as you can see, you can do whatever you want from within this solution. So I think you can agree with me, guys. This is a mighty solution. So if you'd like to give it a go, as always, I'll leave all the links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.